Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first TIE. It's about 3 o'clock here in Taiwan, so we'll get this forum started. Anyways, this forum is a way of us to show our appreciation to everybody and for your support to TIE this year and past TIEs as well. And before we start, I just want to say that if you would like to, if you have any questions or any technical difficulties, you can just type them in the chat room to the right, and we have people in the room as well, and they will be watching the chat room. And if you have any problems, just we'll fix them as we go. Okay, so before we start everything, I would like to first show a video of Director General Hung from the Taiwan Intellectual Property Office to say a few words.
Vice General Manager Rao, Sales Manager Huang, Vice President Ito, Editor-in-Chief Kubel, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Su-Ming Hong, the Director General of the Taiwan Intellectual Property Office. On behalf of TIPO, I welcome you to the first ever Taiwan InnoTech Expo online forum. As everyone knows, COVID-19 has changed the way the world operates. Before the pandemic, we would usually hold an appreciation party on the last day of the event to express our gratitude to you and provide a platform for our international exhibitors and inventors to engage with one another, exchange gifts, and immerse in the local Taiwanese culture. This year, due to obstacles brought about by the pandemic, we decided to hold this event online, wishing to extend our appreciation for your support after all this year, especially during these trying times. This year's TIE event was a great success. The main exhibits of the TIE show at the Taipei World Trade Center Exhibit Hall and TIE Online Forum included innovations that address a range of issues associated with the pandemic, including new face masks, hospital equipment, and other medical supplies. Thousands of visitors, potential future inventors, and buyers from all over the world participate in the TIE event to view the latest innovations and technology. Along with inventors from Taiwan, participants from Indonesia, Jordan, and Poland also submitted inventions, making this year's TIE an international innovation event. Everyone has put full effort into their submissions, giving the judge a hard time to make a final decision. At today's forum, we are very honored to be joined by inventors from Taiwan, Mr. Jimmy Rao from Da Hong Machinery and Mr. Su-Mei Huang from Shop One, as well as the TIE guest, Mr. Ito Masaki from JIPA in Japan, and Mr. Eberhard Kubel from Innovation Forum in Germany. They will be presenting their latest filings, giving an insight into their motivations and sharing their personal experience in dealing with the pandemic. I would like to thank them in advance, for each of them provides us the opportunity to witness the unstoppable forward momentum of an inventor's creative drive. Thank you all for attending the Taiwan InnoTech Expo. I wish all participants the best of health, great success, and infinite inspirations to innovate. I look forward to the day when we can meet in person again. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Director General Hong. And as the Director General just said, last week we held a show at the showground, and with over 500 inventors and exhibitors at the show with over 1,300 new products, and more than 15,000 visitors came to the show for the 3 days. And at the event, we had three primary exhibit pavilions: the Innovative Pilot Pavilion, Sustainability, and Future Technology. And right now, we've prepared a short review video for everybody to see. Okay, that was a review video, and as we just saw, a lot of creative minds from Taiwan gathered, and a lot of inventions were shown. But as you also saw in the video, there was also a TIE virtual platform, which were the virtual booths shown at the end. And as the Director General said in her opening speech, Poland, Jordan, and Indonesia had inventors at the show. And we actually have the president of INOPA, Miss Erica, online right now. So, are you there, Miss Erica?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about you? Everything okay in Indonesia?
Yeah, we're doing okay. It's better.
Okay, that's good to hear. So, how was your experience at a TIE Virtual?
Yeah, I think Taiwan Innotech Expo has always become one of the most important event for us, for Indonesian especially. So that's why we always try our best, even I know that this is might be hard situation now, but because we know that this is best event and the most awaiting event for us, so that's why we try our best to still participate in this event.
That's good to hear that you're always supporting us.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like also to congratulate the Taiwan Innotech Expo organizer for successfully holding the TAI 2021 in virtual edition amidst the pandemic situation. And like I said, that for Indonesian inventors, Taiwan Innotech Expo has become one of the most awaited and important and also prestigious event to participate every year. So we have participated in this event since 2016. And we managed to send many teams from Indonesia, students, company, individual inventors every year, especially before the COVID-19 situation. We believe that Taiwan Innotech Expo can become a good platform for the inventors around the world to share their ideas and also start the commercialization process of their invention. So I wish the successful for Taiwan Innotech Expo 2021 and hope to be able to participate in this event in physicals next year maybe. Thank you.
Thank you, Nega. Hopefully we can see you and everybody else in 2022 as well.
Yes.
So yeah, I was just talking about, COVID obviously is still affecting the world today. So despite that, the people are still coming up with creative ideas and coming up with new products and breakthroughs. And today we have four people who will be presenting on what they found during this past year. Two of them are from Taiwan, and two of them are international speakers, one from Japan and one from Germany. So we'll show the first presentation by Mr. Jimmy Rao, the Vice General Manager of Darhong here in Taiwan.
Hello everyone, my name is Jimmy and I represent Dahong Machinery. Today I'm going to share with you a little bit about our company's background and our product. Now it's about us. Dahong Machinery is founded in 1972. It's located in Taichung, Taiwan. We specialize in manufacturing rebar processing machines for over 40 years. We have provided our client with machine customized and tailor-made to their needs, which is one of the biggest reasons why we are the leading manufacturer with over 90% of the domestic market share today. Also, we are the only exporter to rebar cutting and bending machine in Taiwan, with all of the design and the sales are done in-house. What our clients do? Infrastructure and the building are essential to the national economic growth and the basic need for every country. Every building requires the use of rebar and the concrete. However, the steel produced and sold from steel mill are coil and the steel bar at fixed lengths such as 10 meter, 12 meter, 30 meter, or even 6 meters. The rebar length must be cut, bent, and straightened and welded through rebar processing factory before they can be transported to the construction site. Dahong Machinery offers the flexibility to provide proceed rebar to our clients at any customizable length, shape, and angle. And now is our product, rebar shear line. The rebar auto shearing technology is the main staple of our product line. And every machine has its unique design to fit the requirement of every factory. We offer the best cutting capacity and automatic system with features like auto feeding, calculating quantity, sharing, and auto discharging. A factory with our machinery and 2 workers may produce approximately 2,000 tons per month. Please allow me to demonstrate how our machine works. We also offer a variety of steel bending machine. Perhaps our greatest achievement is the consistency. Not only our machine is capable for providing high quality and quality of shape rebar, also minimizing the tolerance margin of length and angle to approximately 1 millimeter. Friction welding machine is our crown jewel. This welding method has been a staple of construction in Taiwan for many years. Friction welding is done first by using axial pressure and the rotation to turn the surface of the material in a semi-molten state. Then applying pressure piece to forming weld the material with other types of metal. The main advantage of this welding method is no external heat and additional welding rod is required. The strength of the welding points would be greater than the original material. The steps of the friction welding are as follows. The first one is warm up, and the second is normal pressure, and the last one is forging pressure. The traditional method of using 2 hydraulic cylinders as the pushing driver would cause inconsistent oil temperature, which in turn causes the success rate to drop drastically. Our patent friction welding machine with servo mechanism use a servo motor to drive a screw and turn traditional hydraulic pressure values into digital data, making it possible to produce well-coupled rebar with constant quantity and thereby greatly reinforcing the structural integrity of any building. However, our technology also eliminates any human error may be caused by inexperienced workers. Once the verified data have been entered, our machine will handle the rest of the process, not only achieve the requirement of government safety regulation, but also totally figure out labor shortage issues in Taiwan. Here's our information. Please contact us in this follow. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Jimmy, for giving the wonderful presentation. If you have any questions to Jimmy, you can leave them in the comment section, and we'll get to them after all the presentations are done. Our next speaker is Ms. Sumei Huang, sales manager at Sharp One. She will share her company's newest products and also give us a little insight of how the pandemic has affected business in her company as well.
Hello everyone, my name is Sumei Huang. I represent the Sharp One company to share with you the impact of the epidemic on the new activities of the R&D and international exchanges and promotion, response methods and the future R&D directions. Who is Sharp One? Sharp One is the manufacturer of drill bit sharpeners. We offer the machines to metal machining, factories, workshop, and automobile workshops. Any factory which use the drill bits, that's our customers. Look at this photo. This part looks like very simple, but Sharp One, we are awarded National Invention and Creation in year of 2020. This invention helps the end user to use grinding machines more friendly and have better sharpening results. That's all machines look like. We also got the Taiwan Excellence 2020. Here, I mentioned this part. This is a chip nozzle. This part can prevent the chips from spreading when we use this machine. Compared to other brands of drill bit sharpeners, the other machines don't have this adapter. Only Sharp One we have. Sharp One always think of environmental protection and health. The impact of the epidemic on R&D innovations. There are 2 points. Number one, not allowed to visit other factories. Number two, less face-to-face talk between R&D and end users. When the COVID happened, everyone is very afraid. So our R&D personnel couldn't visit end users to get the direct feedback from end users to help them to develop machines. So how about our direction, R&D future direction? There are 5 points. Number one, always keep the concept of environmental protection. Number two, simple, fast, and precise operation. Number three, reduce training time and cost. Number four, meet 80% of the standard drill bits of precision processing industry. Number five, our goal is to develop the digital operation and control and to offer the affordable price. So on those points, Sharp One, we focus more than before to offer the quality machines to satisfy more for our customers, and also very important to reduce the training time for resellers or technicians to their customers or end users. How about the impact of the epidemic on international exchanges and promotion? It's meant for international business. There are several influences when the pandemic happened. Okay. Number one, exhibition cancellation. Number two, decrease in orders. Number three, increased cost may cause stagnant inflation. When COVID happened, the whole world, all the international exhibitions or domestic exhibitions, all the traveling were canceled. Of course, this will decrease in our orders. And almost the year 2020, all the sales dropped down dramatically. And but at the end of 2020, the demand was coming, but the suppliers couldn't have enough stock to meet this increasing demand. So this situation increased some problems. Of course, the increasing prices of all the materials or related services. For some countries, if we increase the price for some countries, people couldn't buy because of higher and higher price. So it will cause some, we call the stagnant inflation problem. How about the international exchange and the promotion, our ways to improve our business? Okay. There are several points. Number one, virtual exhibition room, online exhibition hall. This was helped by the TWTC to help us to set up the online virtual exhibition room. And also online video conference, and TWTC also helped our manufacturers to arrange some meeting with some international customers. Next is a reduce cost of drill bits and end mills. And modular design. Next, customer can replace parts by themselves and save delivery and waiting cost. Okay. On those points for international business, the key focus is that quality machine and a reasonable price can save the cost. And also good design can help the end users or customers for the after-sales service. They can replace parts by themselves. After replacing, also keep the good precision of machines. So, good quality machine is not a waste. Quality machines is also the concept of environmental protection and recycling. Thanks for TWTC and the Intellectual Property Office, Ministry of Economic Affairs, to support the Taiwan manufacturers to start the online electronics platform. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Huang. It's hard to see how COVID has affected everybody, not just in Taiwan, but in the world as well, which also brings us to two of our TIE friends, I should say, Mr. Masaki Ito from Japan and Mr. Eberhard Kupel from Germany. They were both TIE judges, I believe, in 2019, and maybe past TIEs as well. So we'll first start with Mr. Ito. He's the Vice President of the Japan Intellectual Property Association, and he will share with us what Japan has done to cope with the pandemic as well.
Hi everyone, thank you for having me. My name is Masaki Ito, Vice President of Japan Intellectual Property Association. Due to the pandemic, I'm sorry not to travel to Taiwan, but very happy to participate online forum of Taiwan Innotech Expo. Under the COVID pandemic in Japan, almost 1.6 million people have been infected. That is roughly 1.3% of all Japanese population. In this year, government of Japan declared totally 4 times of state of emergency in relation to the COVID. That makes a restriction on travel, dining, and public event for the citizens in designated regions, including major cities of Tokyo and Osaka. This made the Japanese economy depressed. But in the situation, in this summer, Japan had the Tokyo Olympic Games and successfully ended. Japan won 27 gold medals and reached its record high. But of course, I know this is not only Japan, but also Taiwan won 12 medals, including 2 gold medals. That is also record high. Congratulations. I believe this event was a kind of special. That means this impressed the world with the point that we confront the pandemic issue and achieve it all to the end. Regarding the Japanese economic situation, the pandemic, it is getting better than last year, especially manufacturing business. Japanese government announced that gross domestic product GDP outlook of Japan is expected to increase around 4% in this fiscal year. It should note that recently in Japan, environmental investment is getting increased, such as carbon neutral technology, reducing carbon dioxide emission, like a zero emission vehicle, recycling and hydrogen technologies, or artificial intelligence, AI invention for the field of image processing, robotics, and medical, and the next generation telecommunication system. In this circumstance, when we look at the Japanese patent, it is found that the total number of patent applications to Japan Patent Office, JPO, was 288,000 in last year. This is around 6% less than the previous year. Contrary, international patent application is increased to 49,000, and the patent registration rate is also increased. I think this means many Japanese companies' policy has been changed. A decade ago, they used to pursue a number of patent applications, but recently they strictly review the quality of each invention and select to file the patent application for the truly expecting a benefit for their business. In the pandemic situation, JPO promotes digitalization for their proceedings. Every examiner works remotely 4 days a week, and they recommended to the applicant for using online interview with the examiner via internet. In addition, under the Japan patent law, trial for patent invalidation was ruled to hold oral proceeding, but law was revised in this year. That is, the trial examiner may choose using online proceedings instead of oral. Even the court in Japan, a judge may choose online proceedings for some procedure in civil case, such as pre-trial proceedings. Furthermore, Japan government has started discussing amendment of civil procedure law that enabled online proceeding for all civil procedures. This new bill expected to pass in next year. Finally, this pandemic makes dramatically change the world. I definitely believe the people in the world will overcome the COVID soon and reopen business normally. But I don't think this means everything will be back to pre-pandemic world. By virtue of improving the technology, we not only make easy telecommunication across the border, but also our lifestyle, society, and business will keep changing for the future. and I'm waiting for the day to travel to Taiwan safely and see you face to face again. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ito. Very thorough of describing what's going on in Japan and as well as Japanese patents are going. And finally, our last presenter is Mr. Eberhard Kupel from Germany. He's actually online with us and will give his presentation live. So, hi, Mr. Kupel.
Hi to
Hi.
all.
Or I should say good morning for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I'm up for 3 hours.
Up for 3 hours.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for the opportunity to take part in this event. Many thanks to the TWTC team for preparing the event. I want to present to you some thoughts about what is going on in future, because there are many thoughts and no real facts. It's the most of the presentation is text and not pictures. A short remark to this page of my presentation. I was asked to take part in the event as the chief editor of the magazine Innovation Forum. In this nature, TWTC has invited me several times to take part in the ENST and now the TIE. Many thanks for this. But that's what I know to be judged the last 2 times when I was there. I learned from my company, Technology and Patent Consulting, and that's why I present TEPAC 2. As reference to our international contacts, one of the important is TITRA with the TIE. We publish the most parts of the innovation program now in German and in English language, and I hope I can bring some of these magazines to Taipei in the next year. Tech2Trans, it's a planned network to realize the hydrogen economy. In the start of this year, the top German court said that was the German government plans for the future activities to meet the demands of climate change is not enough. You have to do more. And that's why merely each German institution now says we have to do more. And one of these is to reduce the burning and using fossil crude materials as energy source or as raw material for the chemical industry. Which alternatives do we have? Solar energy, wind energy, water wave energy, using renewable primary products, and one of the most discussed now is green hydrogen. In Germany, many programs for public funding development in these hydrogen projects are established, and we want to build up a network of small and medium enterprises, of scientific institutions and of associated companies to realize development projects, innovative development projects for meeting the needs of the future. There are projects for mobility, motor vehicles for motors for commercial vehicles. Long-range trains are reality. The first hydrogen trains are running in Germany, and merely 100 trains are ordered by the companies to let it run on the rails. Harbor trains with green hydrogen are planned. Passenger cars with burning hydrogen, that's a dream of for the future, but I'll come back to this topic soon. Trucks with motors burning hydrogen. In Germany, they are announced for 2024 by the company Deutz, the company that has developed diesel engines in the start of the 20th century, and now they know they have to change to hydrogen motors to meet the demands of the future. Ships with hydrogen motors, they are running in test versions, but they will come soon. A second project, a second part of the future demands is to use hydrogen as raw material for chemical industry. And this will be a dramatic change in that was what the companies, small and big companies, have to do. If you combine hydrogen with CO2, you can produce ammoniac, you can produce methanol, you can produce nearly everything that is in need of the economic parts in the future. Which inventions does the world need? Inventors have to look for new topics to develop. Important aspects are storage and transport of hydrogen. Many companies have developed some parts for storing hydrogen, but the relation between weight and content is bad now, and that's an important part to better this relation. A second aspect is that hydrogen is aggressive. That means many companies have developed better materials for realizing the future demands. The second part is retrofitting of fuel combustion motors to green solutions. This is a topic for small and medium enterprises too. What we want now is to establish a network of the named parts, small and medium enterprises, scientific institutions, associated companies. Such networks are funded in Germany by the government in reduced degressive funding from 90% of cost to 50% of the cost of the management institutions. And TEPAC is acting as such management for networks. We are looking for national and international companies who are interested in these topics of green hydrogen, and we hope this will be successful in the next 2 or 3 years. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you, Mr. Kubo. I just wanted to quickly ask, how is the pandemic in Germany? Everything stable?
Everything's stable. In the last 2 weeks, the number of infections are increasing again, but the figure of yesterday is 85 infections on 100,000 people. And I think compared with many other countries, it's very good. It's bad compared with Taiwan. But I did not get vaccination till yet, but I think it will get it next week.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I just got vaccinated myself last week too. Okay. So thank you, Mr. Kubo. So we also have the other speakers online as well. Mr. Ito.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi.
So thank you. Do you have anything you want to add to your presentation?
Yeah. Thank you for joining. Invite me and this conference. That is very impressive. And yeah. So yeah. As you said, so before the last year, 2019, I've been there in Taipei. So and actually I joined the Taiwan Innotech Expo. That was very impressive. I found a lot of great invention and great inventors, and so yeah. Right now, so I'm very enjoying this conference, and so I enjoy the each speaker's talk, and so that's great. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear that you're enjoying everything. Miss Huang, are you there?
Yes.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can all hear you.
Okay. So you want to ask me what I think about the Taiwan Innovation Expo last week?
Sure.
Okay. So actually, thank you so much for inviting us to join this meeting, and also invite Sharp One to participate in Taiwan Innovation exposition last week. Okay, and it was a great exposition. So we found some interesting topics. Okay, and we also, even there were not so many. Not many foreign visitors, and but we still have some interesting contact, and so it's a very nice exposition. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Miss Huang. So Mr. Rao, Jimmy, are you there?
Hello, yes, I'm here.
So for your presentation, do you want to add anything or say a quick hello to everybody?
Hello, everyone. My name is Jimmy, and hello. I come from Taiwan Dahong Machinery, and we are focused on manufacture, rebar cutting, and bending, and the welding process machine. Please ask me if you have any question about the rebar process. And this one, our patent, the friction welding machine is this technology is come from Japan, but we upgrade the welding successful rate for using the servo mechanical and to exchange the hydraulic system. So now we use the Japanese technology and upgrade the successful rate.
Okay, so thank you to all our speakers again, and now I see a lot of questions have been asked, so I'll try to get to as many as we can. First one I see is directed probably to Jimmy and Shumei. Can you share the how did you promote your products online, through this online exhibition platform? Like, was it how different was it for an actual being at the actual show?
Okay.
So let's start with Jimmy first.
Okay. Friction welding machine is like whatever cutting or bending welding machine. We are process a rebar, so the machine is very huge. For example, our standard straight line rebar straight line length is at least 30 meters. So normally we have to send our engineer to customer country to install our mechanical and electronic. And because of a pandemic, we cannot go to the foreign to install. So we change the method. We install all the machine in our factory, like fake install. Mark the mechanical point and make the electronic quick connector in every connection. And after testing successful, we separate the machine to containers. Finally, we take the picture to make a install manual for our customer. They just follow the manual to install. We don't need to go there. And for operating training, we all use the social media and the communication software to figure out any operation questions. And we also upgrade our machine control system. We remote control system to our machine's computer just in time to solve our customer problems. And this method is successful to apply our machine export to Hong Kong and Korea during the pandemic, and the machine is still working until now.
Okay, thank you, Jimmy, for sharing. Shumei, do you have anything to say like how different was it to do it in person at the show and online?
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I want to emphasize again about our invention, and because our invention about this drill bit sharpener, the number one is the tool positioning, because we improved the original tool positioning, and our positioning way is more precise and standard. I think there are so many different kind of small drill bit sharpening machines in the market, but Sharp One's drill bit sharpener positioning is compared to other brands or machines is more precise and standard. So under the pandemic situation, I think to offer the standard and stable quality to end users is very important. Okay, because at the same time, and we make a different kind of videos operational videos to show the end users can operate the machines by themselves through the videos. Not necessary for salespersons to teach the end users to operate the machines. So during the pandemic, of course, at the beginning, we couldn't visit our customers, even in Taiwan or in other countries. But we are trying to improve the video qualities to teach the customers to use the machines. So I think we also learned a lot by ourselves to improve our sales skills. Okay. That's what I share with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Shu Mei. Can I ask Miss Erica? Are you still there? From Inopa.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Yes.
Yes, yes, I'm.
This the same thing. Like, was there anything you did? Because I remember in 2019, you had a team that was here at the actual show, but this year you had to do it online. Like, was there anything different on how you promoted your products?
Yes. Yeah. It is really different actually because usually because as you know our members are mostly students, university students or school students, and usually we did like training to the school coaching, and because the school also closed for during the pandemic, so it's really hard for us too. But I know that we have to keep motivating our students to creating new invention, creating new ideas. So we encourage them with whatever the method is, mostly by online method. But now I think the situation is getting much better because in Jakarta itself, it is already more than 70% of people here get vaccinated. So some of these and yeah, we are allowed to go to school, to go to office, and to hold an event. Even we also have an international event in November in hybrid exhibition in Bali, November. So and so far the government support also good. So I think hopefully it can be held in November.
Thank you, and I hope the show in November is a success for you, for your team. Okay, I have a question. Another question about Japan. So probably for Mr. Ito. If I have this written correctly, Japan apparently the average age is growing, and with the pandemic, so during this time period, did Japan come up with any new products or development in this field in terms of elderly care?
Thank you, Paul. So yeah, during the pandemic, fortunately, Japan had not so many these people. So Japanese population is not so many changed, but during the pandemic, we face a lot of trouble about so transportation or medical issue, vaccination and the doctor shortage, and so we do not have many beds, and so we face a lot of trouble and medical and communication, and so I think so during the pandemic, so we work on make a development about new technology about medical and social things, so transportation or telecommunication, the technologies. Actually, I belong to the automotive companies, and so the company make a development about many kind of new technology. But as I said, new new type of cars of EV and hydrogen and fuel cells, those kind of technology right now make a improving. And so telecommunication. So we have a lot of tools about telecommunication like this Teams or Zooms, and we have many other kind of tools, and so actually we have a lot of conference and party via the internet, and so so social has been drastically changed, so we enjoy the conference and talking speech, and enjoying each other via the internet. So this will be this technology will be keeping more developed further. Not only during the pandemic, but after the pandemic. So we'll work on this kind of development. Thank you.
Thank you. So, do you think that is there anything like Taiwan or the rest of the world could learn from Japan?
We have a lot of things to learn from Taiwan. Actually, so right now we face a serious problem about semiconductor shortage. Taiwan has a big company, TSMC, and so the technology is very excellent, very impressive. So we have a lot of things to learn from the Taiwan, but manufacturing the semiconductor and electronics technologies. That's great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So apparently there's a lot for us to learn from each other. Okay.
Yeah.
Another question I have is about Europe. So maybe this will be better for Mr. Kupel. Basically, because of the pandemic, a lot of traveling, especially across borders, were closed. But so was there anything different that the EU did or Europe did?
Yeah, many things that were running different. The closing of the borders was extremely in Germany, in Europe generally, and this had, for example, it had the effect. The company TEPAC has a branch at the north of Germany, and I wanted to meet my colleague in Stralsund 2 months ago to discuss the preparation of this named network, and I didn't get a hotel there. It was extremely difficult to realize it, and we had to discuss 1 week at which date we will do it, which people will meet there, and where we have to meet to get a hotel, because whole Germany doing a vacation within the country, and yeah, it was difficult. And in the summer, I had planned to go to Greece for vacation, but then they told us, if you come to Greece, you have to go to a hotel and can't leave it for 1 week. And doing 2 weeks of vacation, that's not good. For that reason, no vacation this year. I think it's the same problem for each country in Europe, and that's pandemic problem, and hope we overcome it soon.
Yeah, I hope everything goes back to normal real soon. So, does anybody have any more questions? No.
Perhaps yesterday I read in the newspaper there's a new version of the virus coming from Russia, and again it's more and more and more infective than the versions before. Problem what we have to do.
I don't know. Hopefully, we have a lot of innovative minds in here, so we'll come up with something.
Okay.
So, in closing, from the four speakers, Jimmy, Shumei, Mr. Masaki Ito, and Mr. Kubo, do each of you have anything more you want to share with everyone? Start with Mr. Kubo.
Yeah, we are looking for international cooperation for this network. We know many countries have done more in this future technologies than the German industry, but we want to share our know-how, and together we are strong.
Yep. Okay, we are strong. We're very strong. So, Mr. Ito, do you have any final words you want to say to everyone?
Yeah, thank you. So I'm totally agree with Mr. Kuber's thing. So we under this tough situation, so we need to more cooperation with each other and across the border and Germany, Taiwan, and Japan. So we make sure that work each other and overcome this pandemic situation. And maybe next year we will meet you face to face again. So I strongly believe that.
We all hope so too. Mr. Rao, would you like to say anything?
I think COVID-19 will still keep I think it take our life maybe at least 1 year. So I think our method is already we call evolution. So I think I cannot go to outside to install and visit my customer, but I can use the social media to continue to with my customer to keep in touch. But I also hope the COVID-19 will in end of over. I think I really hope so. Yeah, I have been 2 years didn't go to outside. Yeah.
So Ms. Huang, do you have any closing you want to say to everybody?
Yes, I agree with you all, and we are learning to do business, to live under this pandemic, and but I see that the whole world, we are all improving. So I have confidence that in 1 year, and when the pandemic is over, and we will have a better life. Okay, and hope to meet you next year face to face. Thank you.
Thank you. Hopefully, we'll see everybody again. And just in closing, I just want to let everybody know, TIE Virtual is still on actually. It will continue until tomorrow. So if you haven't had the opportunity, you can still log on, register, and see all the new inventions. And so thank you everybody for attending the forum, and especially thanks to all four speakers. Hopefully next year we can see you in Taiwan for TIE 2022. So until then, stay safe, everybody. Okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.